Well, the weekend began with William Byron watching his winning 2024 car presented back to him and his team. And once again, his car will be back on display in Daytona for another year, winning the Daytona 500 again. I'm excited to welcome Charlotte's own William Byron, the fifth driver in history to win back-to-back Daytona 500s. William, how has it been going so far? I know the past 48 hours have been, a lot celebrating your win. Just take us through what's been going on for you.
Yeah, thank you. It's been great. It's we've been making the rounds. We're up here in New York today and just doing a few media tours. So it's been fun. I'm really just trying to take it all in.
Yeah, so you talked a little bit about how your emotions differed from last year's win to this year's. This one, you said you came into it with a lot of confidence. You were even talking about how you were traveling in the offseason, playing golf with your team just a week ago. How do you feel like that approach really lent itself to coming clean on the other side of this win?
Well, I think it allowed us to have a really fresh mindset going into the weekend. Anytime you can show up with confidence and good momentum from a team standpoint and personally, it just helps you get through the weekend and get through adversity. So honestly, that was separate from the race. When the race started, it was all about the circumstances of that, but I feel like we're able to navigate that really well.
And the circumstances were different from last year's to this year's. This year, you went from that final lap being in 9th place, and then, of course, the big wreck in that final lap where you emerged through the waters, basically, to come out. When you look back now, watching the videos of it, watching the replays, how, I guess, do you feel like it all kind of panned out?
It was crazy. I mean, Daytona has a tendency to have a lot of crazy endings to the race, but just being on that side of it, it was really nice to come out of it the way we did. And honestly, just a lot of it was circumstance, but some of it was just our decision making and the way that we put ourselves in those positions. So I was really proud of that, and our team did a great job.
Yeah, you've given a lot of credit to your team, and you talked a little bit about how, it was a little bit of luck, but like you just mentioned, it's a lot about the preparation that you and your team do. When you see that wreck in front of you and you are going up against the wall and you are full steam ahead with no caution, I guess just can you walk us through what's going through your mind in those moments?
Yeah, honestly, you're not doing much thinking. You're just reacting, and you're just trusting that your instinct of where you should be is going to be correct. So for me, I've studied those situations and also been in those situations before. So it was just trying to make the move that I felt like was best and reacting to that. And that's what happened.
Something really cool after the race, of course, someone you work very closely with, Jeff Gordon, said that he hopes you break all the records, which I know you sat up there and heard him say, with you being the youngest person to ever win the Daytona 500 in back-to-back years. Can you imagine young William being told that from Jeff Gordon, someone who, grew up in Charlotte, starting with iRacing, hearing someone like him talking about you breaking those records? Does that just kind of feel full circle for you?
Yeah, it's surreal. Honestly, just having him on as part of our team, and then Jimmy Johnson come over to Victory Lane. I grew up, obviously pretty well known now, just trick or treating, trying to go to his house and see him as a young kid and a fan. So it's pretty wild to be amongst those guys now and be able to have their support is really cool.
Yeah, really cool. But one of the interesting things I think about NASCAR is that, you go on this victory tour like you are right now, going through New York, going to all these media events, but you're going back to racing right away. It's not like the Super Bowl where, the players go and celebrate and then they have a whole offseason. You're back again. You've got Atlanta coming up. You've got a whole season ahead of you. How do you compartmentalize a win like this, but then go full steam ahead as trying to be successful for the next weekend and the one after that?
Well, it's really just all about your routine. So we've worked for a long time to develop that and have a really good team and on and off the track. So it's just really about just trying to get into the rhythm of the season because, like you said, our season is just starting. So it's all about going to Atlanta and trying to have a good result there. And then we have plenty of races to come. So just trying to focus on one at a time and do the best we can to prepare.
And you have been in the mix for the title the last couple of years now. You've made playoff appearances. How does a win like this early on kind of help you mentally as you are taking on? I know you're talking about, taking it one race at a time, but when you have your sights on a title and you've been close, and this can only start you on the right direction when you get a win like this, I imagine.
Yeah, it's unique because it takes the pressure off of getting into the playoffs. So we're in a great spot there, but we can just race freely, I guess. But also, there's still a lot more to go and accomplish and try to get a bunch of points. So that's the goal now, is try to get a bunch of playoff points for the fall.
You've talked a lot about your team and how you guys have come in with a really good plan. I'm not saying to, give the secret sauce by any means, but what is going on with your team that you guys have been gelling so well, finding so much success together, and really putting you in the best position to be winning races like this in Daytona?
Well, I don't think it's anything special per se, but I think we're just a really good group. We work well together, a lot of smart people on the team, and we've been together for a number of years now. So having that consistency and having people you can trust is definitely a big factor in being able to go and perform.
Now, I have to ask, because I know, of course, you are a Charlotte guy, and I know you're a big Panthers fan. They are coming off of a year where they showed a lot of promise, actually. Bryce Young was, peaking towards the end. What is your take on where this Panthers team is headed, if you have any thoughts on the football season ahead?
Yeah, I think they're in a good spot. I think Bryce is playing really well towards the end of the year. They had some great games down the stretch. It was really exciting to watch. They played both of the Super Bowl teams really close and almost won both of those. So that's probably a good sign. And I think if they can just continue to play with that sort of moxie, then they can have a good year next year and hopefully get a couple draft picks that help the defense and go from there.
Everyone was talking about how the Chiefs had that chance at that three-peat this year. That's something that is not done in sports very often. You could be having that three-peat if you were to go back to Daytona next year and do it all again. We will hope to see you again there in Victory Lane. What does that sound like, that idea that you could be someone to three-peat there?
It sounds great. It's I guess 364 days from now. So hopefully we can be back there in that position and have a shot. But yeah, it's going to be nice to get back to Daytona next year.
Awesome. Well, William, thank you so much. We wish you luck with the rest of your season, and we will be chatting with you shortly, I'm sure. But good luck with this, and we will see you in Atlanta very soon.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.